What it do, baby? It's your boy Tyrik Wynn. Y'all are tuning in to another episode of NJP, Navigating Journalism Podcast. Got a good friend next to me. It's Lauryn Bass, man. She is doing some big things within journalism. She's a freelance journalist now. And she on NJP. What's up?
Hey, how you doing? It's been a long time since I've seen you, and y'all, this is my first time in the studio. I've literally been fangirling, it's so nice in here. I really, again, wish I could have come to the ribbon cutting, but I'm really excited to be here today, too, with you.
I appreciate that. Yeah, we glad to have you. Glad you on the show, man, because I know I've been asking you. You done cancel on me a couple times, but it's all good.
Didn't I just apologize, y'all?
You did.
My golly, what more can I do?
I'm just messing with you. I'm glad you're here, and let's talk about where you at now. So you doing freelance journalism, you doing PR. Talk to everybody a little bit about what you got going on now.
Yes, it's definitely been a journey. So like I was talking with you before we started rolling, I finished my full year at WTKR News 3 in Norfolk.
Congrats.
I went to Hampton University, real HU. Just had to make sure I put that in there. But I finished my full year being an MMJ, or multimedia journalist, where basically, I'm the camera woman, I'm also the editor, I'm also the one that's pitching the story, and I had to do everything by myself. And that was eye-opening for me, because in school I was a main anchor all 4 years. I did entertainment, and then my senior year they threw me in sports. I know anything about sports, but that's okay. But again, I was sitting at the desk. So actually getting the opportunity to be out in the field and cover stories, I really appreciated that opportunity. And with it coming to a close, I was like, I have options to either continue on this path and get shipped off across the world, because that's typically what you see is folks end up on the west side of the world, in the middle of nowhere, grinding to the top. And I just didn't want to take that route, missed my family. And I also had ACL surgery. I don't know if you remember, but I had ACL surgery right when I started the job. I didn't even know if I was going to be able to have the opportunity, but God graced me. I'm all healed up now. And I was like, after all of that, I need a break. I just graduated. I didn't get a chance to really celebrate. I knew I was going to have the job in advance. So my whole senior year, I knew. So it's now I'm finally having an opportunity to, I guess, be in real life. I got to peak. I was already doing the news. And then midway through my contract, I renegotiated it. Ended up on the lifestyle show. That was my biggest goal. I really wanted to have a lifestyle opportunity, and God blessed me with it really, really early in my career.
Yeah, Coast Live, we seen
Coast Live. Now you know my work. Yeah, Coast Live was really fun. It was a great lifestyle show for what's going on in the Hampton Roads area, and after that I'm now I have to refigure out, I guess, where am I? What do I want to do? What are my interests if I don't want to continue on that path? Because with reporting and anchoring, people put in their tenure, 10 years, to get here and be in a top market like Atlanta. So I already knew coming back home, I wasn't going to be able to just, get in there. Speaking of how you want to talk about NABJ at some point, I got to speak with a couple of people from there, and they gave me advice. They were like, Atlanta is literally a great spot for you to start your own business, or really just figure it out, because it's such a melting pot.
Yeah.
So
a lot
to
of
answer your
here.
question, for sure. To answer your question, I've just been kind of freelancing. I've been trying to just put my nose in all kinds of things and get a good feel for what are my other strengths outside of public speaking or storytelling. And that's why I have been doing a little PR.
Okay.
It's been really fun. I'm managing the brand of a spa. And follow me on Instagram. It's Lauryn Bass, and you can find a little bit more about that.
Okay. Shout yourself out. Okay.
Yes, I want you to research me a little bit. I'm not gonna give you all of it, but I will say it's been fun to market themselves on Instagram, be in charge of campaigns. That was new because I went to school for journalism.
Yeah.
So it's interesting to learn the comms side. And also just starting my own business. I have my own company now, Blooming and Buzzing. We talk about mental health, self-care tips, just internal and external growth. And it has a blog space. It's got freelance services like resume building, mentorship. It's got a lot of great things that I actually really love to do that I feel like if I had chosen like a super strict career path, I wouldn't have the time to do it. So just a little soul searching. That's where I'm at.
Okay. Yeah. It sounds like you got a lot going on though. You killing it.
Always a lot going on. Always gotta keep yourself busy, you know.
Yeah, for sure. That's
I mean,
like,
you should know, Mr. Hawaii one next, Paris the other. I think that was for your birthday, right? Or was it for the anniversary?
That was his birthday.
Your birthday, right?
Yeah, Paris was his birthday.
Like I was like, wow, like you were on the move, right? Isn't that one of your brands, Tyrik on the move? Yeah.
Yeah, that's that was like one of the first shows I created, Tyrik on the move. Yeah, so but yeah, I mean, I just say, hey, we both been outside.
We've been outside for sure.
Yeah, that's what it's all about. But that's pretty cool. So you was at WTKR, that's the name of in Norfolk,
Put
right?
some respect on WTKR, please. Don't act like, what are you talking about? Top 50 market.
Top 50? Okay, that's what's up. Top 50 right out of college.
Right out of college.
I love that. You know it's funny, a lot of us is like starting to do that now. Like
We're
we not
eating.
really like we not really starting below 100. Like now when we graduated, we starting 100 and above.
But I think it's because, where news is going now as they're trying to figure out how to I guess target different audiences as far as how tech is advancing, media, how people are consuming news is changing, and we know more about that. We're the generation that understands how to, I guess, switch up storytelling for the new viewer. So they need us, honestly.
Yeah, for sure. And I think since we like younger now, we that new generation stuff, Gen Z, I feel like we got like a different perspective on ways to tell stories than like older people.
I think so. It's definitely a disconnect sometimes.
Yeah.
As far as how I consume news versus the way my mom or my grandmother consumes news. But at the end of the day, like news is news, and I feel like it is here to stay. Like there's always going to be something every day that's going on. So I really like seeing, especially a lot of more Black and brown journalists getting a space in the industry. Like I know one of the things that was shocking to me when I even started reporting, like I still had that whole moment where I was nervous to wear my natural hair. Like I got a sew-in literally for it because they were like, you might need to tone your hair down. I had a nose ring. I don't know if you remember when you met me. Took that out for the job because they were like, that's not gonna fly. Like I still had to switch up a little bit and be a little bit more conservative to even enter that space, which was new to me because it's 2023, I thought.
Yeah.
Very interesting.
Yeah, for sure. And I like that I do want to talk a little bit about appearance because that's something that's big, that's trending with like females and stuff. And like men too. Like, it's some men on TV with dreads, right? Like that's rocking their dreadlocks now. And then like girls rocking their natural hair and stuff. Why do you think that's happening? Why do you think more people are like, being their natural selves and like wearing their natural hair on TV?
Representation is very much so important for anyone who's viewing the news, especially when you look at like the demographics of who watches like traditional television news. We're not in that. Like we're largely like very low in the percentage that's watching the news consistently. Old heads are the ones that are also doing that more than like our generation. We get it online. And of course there's that like whole thing where it's like online media, it's gonna be false news, but like there's fake news even on TV. That's the tea. So I honestly feel like as far as appearance goes, people are really trying to like just push the bag a little because there's a space for all of us, and I'm glad to see it, especially with the internet. We're able to see more and more what should be acceptable. I actually was just having that conversation with someone last night, how our generation, we have the internet, we have like all this access to so much information that periods before they didn't have, so they were in the dark about things. Yeah. We know so much, there's so much knowledge that we can touch. So it's like with the knowledge we have, we're trying to do something about it.
Yeah. Most definitely, and I like the way and the direction things are going right now. I feel like it's in good in some spaces, in some spots. There's still some areas that need improvement. For sure, I would say that because I was at the Region 3 conference earlier this year, and one thing that our former president, NABJ, Dorothy Tucker, she was talking about, she was like, it's a lot of us that's actually leaving the industry.
For sure, and a lot of them are downsizing. Like AI is taking over a lot of jobs. The writer's strike is still ongoing, so they're also like downsizing departments, but also it's not taking as many people to get the job done either. I feel like during the pandemic, news stations and all kinds of media outlets got to see that they didn't need all of that manpower to push out the news. But I really wish, with that in mind, that they would still pay people properly.
Same.
That's the T.
Let me tell you something. That is I always say, people ask me, Tyrik, what you think the biggest issue? That is the biggest issue, to pay. It's like the pay is a big issue, because like when like I be talking to people, I be interviewing people on the podcast, they be talking about my first job was $18,000. Inflate, like, how are we surviving off of that?
Not.
Like, I mean,
we're actually struggling.
Exactly. Like, even if you go
What?
now, I mean, it's probably when you go like below 200s and stuff, but still like 25,000 a year that you'll be making starting out is really not a lot. Especially like we got inflation, we got high gas prices. I mean, it's crazy out here. Like it's hard.
They're paying dirt. Like
Exactly.
literally, it's dirt. But I understand that they're still trying to reconfigure, where they're going to get their money and stuff from, as they're still trying to convert to other forms and outlets to put their media on. So I don't know where the all the like decision making, what all they're doing. So I'm trying to give the industry grace, but that's really kind of the reason why I've transitioned into doing some PR work, because there's a lot of money in marketing for sure.
Marketing is big. You in the right industry. Stay over there. Cause it be the PR industry. I mean, is crazy.
It's crazy. Yeah, it's definitely not peaches and cream. Like, don't think just because I'm doing PR work that now I'm living. Like, I've gotten to see the, I guess, pros and cons of that too. Like, if sponsors don't do what they're supposed to, or if you're in a smaller agency, how they divvy out money. It's been a journey of PR as well, but I will say that they're openly hiring. Like, every business needs a marketing department. So definitely, that's, I think, some advice that I would give for anyone who's fresh out of college or who hasn't been able to land like that dream journalism job. Like, keep producing, keep writing and making your own content, but don't sleep on comms. Like, you learned some of that in school. I went to a journalism and communication school. Okay. So you know how to do it, and jobs are going to teach you like what they need you to do when you get in and train you, LOL, but it's an opportunity there too.
Yeah. I like that you said that, because I think a lot of times when we graduate and we don't have a job when we come out, we kind of just looking like, what am I going to do?
I'm experiencing that now. Like I told you, I already knew I had the program that I was going into. Yeah. So I was feeling like I was set. Now coming back here, especially in a hot spot like Atlanta, where everybody is, famous, like
ATL,
it's been hard. Like, it's definitely been an eye opener for me now to navigate really just real life. Like, I would hear and listen to different podcasts for people who were still trying to make content, and they would talk about like post-grad depression and how like they would come home thinking they just had it all just because they got their degree. It didn't guarantee them a job. They're in a job that they never saw themselves being in for the time being, but they're seeing other people, reaching their dreams. And I'm like, I don't really like compare myself or anything. I love the space I'm in, where I'm getting to learn more about myself and figure things out, especially because I have the support of my family here. I didn't have my family when I was in Virginia. I was by myself. So I had my Hampton family, but not the same as like your actual like bloodline. Now that I'm home and I have the support, I'm feeling good, but I'm finally understanding and like seeing for myself, like, it is rough. You're not going to always get yeses. I've gotten so many no's, lots of rejection letters. I've gotten people who aren't trying to pay me my worth. Like, it's been a lot, but
it's a lot of
you need it, because it's gonna be nothing. You don't want anything if it's too easy. You want that like opportunity for growth. So I'm excited to see like where I end up, because I already know like God has a way, like he has a way, and I'm really excited for what he has in store for me.
Yeah. Big things. Yeah, I see that for sure.
Thank
and
you.
I was gonna say one thing earlier that I forgot to mention. I don't know if you realize, but have you realized that like a lot of like, going back to the MMJ thing, but have you realized that a lot of like photogs is like not having jobs no more?
Yes, because they can literally get 2 positions in the price of one. Being an MMJ,
Exactly.
You're everything, and they'll still pay you less for it. Like,
exactly. It's like, if I'm doing 5 people's jobs, I need to be making 5 salaries.
Should I be making more? Yeah, that was very weird to me, especially because like in my first year, you don't get to choose your stories all the time. And I would sometimes be out on stories like, I don't know, like there's there's been a shooting and I'm there by myself. Like, how does that make sense? Why am I looking at blood and I'm by myself? Why am I out at a 3 a.m. the steeple has fallen off of a church and I'm here by myself getting B-roll? Like, that is dangerous. I'm a young Black woman in the Commonwealth. I just feel like that was incorrect. That was just incorrect. That's how it felt. I was like, I don't feel valued. Or I will say, that line of work too, to be by yourself and like having to absorb all kinds of stories, like you can become jaded. A lot of my coworkers, it's like, well, that's just every day. I'm like, but this is sad. Like, this is a lot of like hard news to take in. And I'm also like by myself. Like, at least if you had a photog with you, you know, y'all are together, y'all can like bounce ideas off of each other, or y'all can like, you know, check on each other, be like, are you okay? Because that was a lot. Me by myself, that was actually crazy. I would be texting my mom like, just in case y'all don't see me again. Like, I would be scared sometimes. I would be by myself. So I definitely liked the job because it was rewarding whenever I did see my story air and I've crunched it. I'm sitting in the car like, ooh, it's going up at 4. I need to get it out. Like, it was like an adrenaline rush. It was very fun, but I can't see myself doing that for 10 years.
Yeah, because I feel like, and this is just my opinion, I don't think anybody should be on any type of crime story by themselves. Me personally, I don't think that, especially because I literally just had a friend on the show. He was talking about he was doing a crime story, and then you can hear the gunshots in his live shot.
I'm already knowing. I don't know if you saw that story that went viral where I think these reporters were on the scene and they ended up being injured while they were there. I think, I don't remember exactly what happened, but I just know it was like a conversation in the newsroom. We were like, this is exactly why this MMJ position is a little odd. Like, imagine that person, because I think it was a reporter and a photographer, at least, at the scene. And like, I think they turned out to be okay, but they had injuries. Imagine somebody by themselves.
Yeah.
That was, but that was new. And I know people have been doing that, you know, for a really long time. And I understand that, like, if that's the way things have always been, who am I, entry level, to come in and change things? But I will say that put me in a space where I'm like, is this a good fit for me? You know, so. Yeah,
and then back to what you was talking about, like the 10 years and stuff, like 10 years of doing crime stories or hard news, I mean, that got to be difficult.
And look, that's what it takes, though, to make it, like, somewhere literally here, like a top 10 market where they've been putting in that work, getting those stories.
Yeah, and power to them for sure.
I respect it. You know what I'm saying? Like, now that I have done it for at least a year, I respect every person who's in that line of work. It's not an easy job, mentally, physically, emotionally, any of that. Like, to be a journalist, especially a news journalist, it's a lot of work. And like those deadlines, you got to get it out first. You know, you're trying to maintain your number one in the, you know, area. So you're trying to get it out first before the next station. Like, it's a lot. And it was actually fun, especially like when we did really act as a unit and when there were moments where we came together and we were like, wow, we really did that, y'all. Like, it was a really bonding opportunity. Like, voting night, hours spent there, crunching
them be
numbers.
My favorites, yo.
You know
like,
what I'm
election
saying?
day be my favorite, yo.
OMG, like, it brought us all together. So, like, I appreciate that opportunity for sure. And I have a love for it, but I just was thinking, like, for longevity, like, I'm going to be burnt out. I don't even know how folks even maintain the 10 years, like, mentally. I'm like, how did you do it? I would love to speak with all kinds of journalists about, like, just what do you do mentally to keep pushing through all of this? Because hard news is what sells.
Hard news is hard news. Especially that's what they want to see in your reel. They want to see some hard news. These news directors, general managers, they want hard news, yo. If you ain't got hard news, good luck.
Honestly, good luck.
Because, like, literally, that's what every mentor, manager I done spoke to, they be like, look, your first few clips need to be your best clips, but you better have some hard news up in there.
If you look at my reel, I probably only have, like, 2 good hard news stories because I was trying to slate myself towards lifestyle entertainment work. But don't let yourself, if you put yourself in that box, though, now they're like, what do you know about news? Then, like, you want to do lifestyle, you want to do entertainment. I'm like, but why can't I do both? That's what I like about our generation. We're like, we don't have to be in a box. We can do it all. And I really wish that, I guess, people who are a lot more conservative would appreciate that about us instead of look at it like we're trying to do too much or we don't know what we're talking about. Or like I feel like there's a reason why it's multimedia journalist. Like I'm skilled in multiple ways.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying?
That's what it means. Yeah, and like sometimes they just want to put you on like one thing, and it's like, nah, I can do this too.
I can do it
like,
all.
A lot of people want to do news and sports. Like, let them do both.
Right.
Yeah. So, but hey, you know, we just, I guess it just comes with time. You know, eventually it'll change where, you know, hopefully we will be able to do a whole bunch of other things at one station and stuff like that. But we
right,
just
because you want to report or anchor, right? Like, don't you want to get more into news?
I mean, because like, so like I'm at iHeart now, you know, I'm doing news and stuff, and they've allowed me to do entertainment and regular news, which I love.
That's so dope. So,
yeah.
Like, I really look up to you with that. I'm like, look at him really like doing it. You know what I'm saying? When people have said like it can't be done, you're doing it. I really appreciated you for like putting yourself out there like that and really showcasing like I can do all of that. That's what more of us need to do instead of allow ourselves to be put in this box just because we want the job.
Thank you. Yeah, and if you look, a lot of mentors, because I had a lot of mentors tell me, Tyrik, you can't start out in Atlanta. You can't just be in Atlanta doing stuff. You can't be on national TV and like doing stuff. And like what I just use that motivation to prove them wrong. Like. I mean, that's the quote that I use. If somebody tells you no, use that as motivation to prove them wrong. Like,
I love
just
that.
do that because people don't tell you stuff. Like I know, did you have anybody tell you stuff like because did they tell you couldn't be a top 50?
All the time.
Yeah.
All the time. I still have that now, and it does fuel me. I'm like, just watch, you know?
Exactly. Like just watch and see what we about to do. You know what I'm saying?
Just wait.
Exactly. Yeah, because they be, and I think the only reason they be saying it really just be the older people that's saying that because during their time, that's the way it was. But I don't think they've realized that it's like really just changing right now.
I don't know. It sometimes scares me because if that's what they're looking for, it's like you're going to continue to repeat that cycle then. Like I know when I was coming in to WTKR, they were like, we're going to take a chance on you because we see you like entertainment. But I don't know, like if you don't have a heart and a love for it, like are you going to stay? And at first I was like, that shouldn't matter. But now that I'm at the end of my year, were they right? Because now I'm like, like I don't have to do that.
Yeah.
I don't have to do it. I guess I don't love it.
Yeah.
I guess I don't love it. I like it. I don't think I love it. But I haven't been in the game long enough, I feel like, to be able to say that. Like I told you, like I was in school and I was anchoring, but also our generation was affected by the pandemic. 2 years of our education was taken. So I'm like, crazy. I came in to my senior year from being a sophomore, and now you expect me to be golden? You expect me to just be professional, slick, like just know what I want? I missed literally like 2 years of development. So I feel like they don't take that into account with our generation specifically either, that like we're still pushing through a whole bunch to even be in this space as well. Like give us some grace.
Yeah, exactly. And you was over there, you had a year contract, right? Okay, a year. How did you get a year contract? Because everybody be trying to do 2 or 3 years. So how did you get a year contract?
Well, I mean, it was a rotational program. So the EW Scripps program, you come in, you get trained in all aspects of the news station, because if I didn't decide that I wanted to report, I could have chosen producing or any other element, and they would have, rewritten that full year for me to be whatever I had selected, but I chose MMJ. But that program is specifically a year because I don't want to say they guarantee replacement, but they slate that by the end of the program, you're going to be placed somewhere again within the company. You'd get I think a bonus, and that's like the incentive. You'd technically be with them 2 years, but not at the first station you started at. You'd end up somewhere else. And I had a lot of options, but they weren't home. Like I wanted to come home.
Because Scripps, do we have we have Newsy. Isn't Newsy part of Scripps? Okay, yeah, that's the only thing that's here. Yeah, because that's the only Scripps company like that's in Georgia, right? Or okay, got you. All right.
Which I definitely considered.
Yeah.
But again, Atlanta, this is a top market.
Yeah.
So that wasn't really part of the deal. They were like, you're shooting really high. I'm like, I was like, okay. So I chose other places. Like I think I had like Louisiana, Texas, I looked into Spectrum a little bit and was looking at Charlotte, that area.
I heard a lot of good things about Spectrum, too.
I hear a lot of bad things about Spectrum
Really?
as well. Yes. But I like Spectrum. I feel like it's been really cool to talk to some of the recruiters there. One of the cool things about Spectrum, I guess not to like shout them out, but they do a lot of their news on their phones. You don't have to necessarily have all of that gear. They send out their reporters with like work phones and tripods and handhelds, and like they can get their news in a lot more, I guess it's a more modern fashion than the way I was trained at WTKR. I thought that was cool. And they don't always have to have stand-ups in their stories. I can tell their editing is like, I don't want to say it looks like iMovie, but it looks like it could be iMovie. Like their stuff is more modern than some of like the other like Gray and Tegna, the way that they edit in their style. I thought it was cool. I definitely would still consider Spectrum for anyone who's trying to crack into news, but they might not like the traditional way. Spectrum seems like they're trying to keep up with the time.
Yeah, and I like that. Like I like the big camera look, but when you have the cell phone, it's just so much less of a hassle, and you can move a whole lot quicker.
You can get
and
more
faster.
stories in a day. Like, yeah.
And you gotta move all that quick, especially if you by yourself. Like now, if you have your phone, okay, that's better. Like okay, I can be like if I have my cell phone and just a mic, okay, I can be by myself, depending on what type of story it is, because it's like less of a hassle. I ain't gotta lug around all that equipment and stuff like that. But when you got all the equipment, them cameras is heavy. I done held one of them cameras. Them tripods is heavy.
And imagine I'm holding both.
Yeah. Exactly.
Jeez, like plus my laptop and my makeup bag because you got to do everything on the go. Like it was you were a one-man band production. Like it was a lot of work. I think it's really cool to see Spectrum taking like that leap. But I will say like stand-ups look way better on the camera.
I'm sure. You know, I was wondering, you talked about makeup, right? Like me, I have never done TV and makeup.
Why not?
I just never done it.
Let me see what your skin looks like.
I mean, it could use some, but I've never I've used it for headshots, but I've never y'all see me. I don't have makeup on the podcast. I don't have makeup on the shows that I do. Like I just never wear makeup. I just don't do it.
I don't know. They literally brought in makeup artists into WTKR to teach people like different techniques, especially like the men, like trying to tell them like how to do their waterline with eyeliner so that their like eyes look bigger, or like how to put a
Big
little.
eyes. Wait, what?
I mean, like it's alluring, you know, or like having like a little powder underneath here so that you can look more awake, because you know like long hours on the story, like you're gonna look tired sometimes,
or if you're a 4 a.m. anchor, 4:30.
So that you can look good on TV, because all that lighting and everything, the viewer is gonna see all of that, you know. And I mean, you want to look your best so that people trust you, so that people, you know, can receive your information without being distracted, because like imagine like if your skin was like breaking out or something, that's probably like, because they always say like the attention span of the viewer is like 2-3 seconds, and so imagine like I'm trying to listen to you do the news and then I'm like, what's that on his forehead? You know, like that's just what people naturally do. So just for optics, I think makeup is something you should consider. I think because I remember when I was at the NABJ convention, and when you take the headshots, they actually have a makeup artist that's on the side, and like you can get your makeup done for free, and then you take your headshots. I was like, okay, I'm gonna get my touch up or whatever. You can learn how to do some of that yourself. It's really nothing, like because your skin looks really good. You don't really need much, just like a little. Or like for folks who have oily skin, they teach them about the powder so they're not looking shiny. I think I have like a little shine problem, because like when I do, or I will say that like when I do go to like do Fatal Attraction and stuff, they'll put like a little something on my forehead just to make sure I don't like be shining and stuff. Just like that. Just a little humble flex, you know. He's also on Fatal Attraction. He was in a Netflix movie as well. Like he's eating.
I'm trying. I'm doing my best, man.
No, give yourself your flowers. You're doing a really great job. You're always doing something, putting yourself out there. That's what it takes, especially because with everyone having phones, there's so much access. The market is really, really saturated, but you're making your mark. Like you're putting your stamp on it. It's really fun to watch. It's really fun to watch.
I always be wondering if people be excited or people be bored by what I be doing.
Oh no, you're always doing something.
Because I'm constantly like just posting, and like I try to be posted 3 times a day. I be trying to figure out if people like, all right, Tyrik, enough is enough, or people be like, oh my gosh, what do you got going on now?
I will say there have been times where I'm like, he's posting again. Oh my gosh, like I'll be like, he's all down my feed, but then it's like it's always something like new, and I'm like, this is so interesting. Double tap, like it's always fun.
Yeah, it'd be funny because like I've had people tell me like, Tyrik, you be posting, like you just be posting, but
you do, and it's never just like a simple picture. It's like you already know what it is, just your boy. Like it's always some personality. Like that's what I'm wondering. Like, so are you trying to do news? You give more personality to me.
I'm gonna be honest with you. I really want to do like entertainment is my thing. I've been like especially like being I'm finding that entertainment is like my thing.
You can be yourself. I think that's why I really like it.
And I think on news, you kind of got to be like, you got to show like, sometimes you got to be sad, sometimes
you are
it depends on the story.
Vessel for information.
Exactly.
That is what it is. It's not about you. When you're telling the news, it's actually not about you at all. You can put yourself a little bit in the story, like be empathetic to the situation that's happening, but it's literally not about you. You're supposed to be able to present information in a quick, easy, like digestible fashion and in a way that people aren't going to get distracted because it's literally not about you. That's why I've been trying to struggle because I'm like, I'm in my, selfish era. It is about me. What are you talking about? So I'm like, I'm the one doing all of this work, and I hate to feel like that. And they judge that as well. Like they don't want you to feel like that when you're getting the news. You're supposed to just be, helping your community and storytelling, which I love that. But I think I'm finding a love in entertainment because I can be myself. Like, people will respect me or receive me and not care about the shape of my body, whether I have a piercing in, the shape of my hair. Like, you're more accepted, I feel like, for who you are as a personality in entertainment. But that's, like, the name of the game there. So it's, like, two different avenues.
Yeah, for sure. And I love entertainment. I think it's a lot more fun and, like, a lot more exciting. You get to do, the stories that you get to do with entertainment is, like, everything. Celebrity news, red carpets, galas, all that stuff like
Lots
that.
of pomp and circumstance for sure. But I like lifestyle. I like, whereas I feel like life is like a blend of both because I do love news. Like that's what I'll never let anybody tell me. Like I do love news. It's just, it's a lot. And same thing with entertainment. It can also be a lot. Like, okay, like I've heard about this artist, like how many times now I actually don't care. And so it's like lifestyle is that everyday person that's also still doing good stuff. Like I like that good news. And I feel like lifestyle blends a little bit of both. Like you can hear about this new restaurant that's opening downtown that happens to be locals that have been here forever. And like sometimes news allows for you to do like those fluff stories, but they'll push it out and redline it every 5 seconds for that new thing. But a lifestyle show, lifestyle stories, that's really where my heart is at. Because entertainment after a minute can get, I guess, overstimulating. Yeah,
I feel that because I think like when I was getting ready to graduate, that was one of the things I was applying for lifestyle host positions.
I love
lifestyle is fun.
It's fun, like that's genuine fun. Because even with entertainment, that's still like sometimes just as invasive as regular news. Like your famous people are still like people at the end of the day, and so it's like people throwing cameras in their face and stuff too. Like it's just as extra. It's just like I like lifestyle's kind of like a good blend in the middle.
Yeah, for sure. So could you see yourself hosting a lifestyle show?
I would love to. Yes, I would love to be like, hey y'all, it's your girl Lauryn B, and we're here with Booming and Buzzing, where we talk about internal and external growth. And so I have my guest Tyrik on the show right now. We're about to talk about how can you post every day and not get tired of yourself. Like what? Like, like just something fun. Like that would be so fun to just like chat and get to know more about you, but like less of your work, just like more of what's going on in here. I have a minor in psychology, so I think that's probably like where that comes from. Is I love listening to other people and like what they got going on, what makes them do what they do. I would love to have a lifestyle show and then like, be like Oprah at the end, you get a gift, that's sponsored by, like just fun, something fun and exciting.
I like that. That is a lot of fun. And just for the record, so y'all know, posting is very tiring, actually.
Is it?
Like, it is, because you got to be consistent. And I can only blame David Shantz for this, right? Because this is the man, like, shout out to David Shantz, right? He's, like, kind of got me into podcasting and stuff.
Okay.
That man, like, he's always stressing about posting and posting 3 times a day and stuff. And it's
But
like,
you
I feel like I
post
gotta
on
keep up.
multiple platforms. Like, that's why I'm like, do you not get tired?
That
like,
is tiring.
Instagram, I've seen you, like, you're like, oh, YouTube gonna be where my money in retirement. I'm like, okay, so then you're posting on YouTube. And then, like, you're just everywhere. Like, you're everywhere. I don't know how you do it. Because I get also, like, drained of consuming social media after a minute as well. Especially because I don't know, like, a big problem with the anxiety in our generation is like FOMO, or the feeling of missing out. People are always comparing themselves to others, like on Instagram, because it's like people aren't really posting themselves, or posting like achievements. It's almost giving like LinkedIn but prettier. And I don't know, like I have to take breaks sometimes. I'm like, I do my thing and then I get off of it. You're on there showcasing not just your work, even just you. Like, I like your daily fit checks. It's your boy. I be like, it's so fun. But I just am like, dang, he does that every day. Like, I think you did one where you were like, y'all, I'm actually tired today.
Yo,
that's so fun. Like,
I think I just got back from like a vacation or something. I was like, man, I'm tired. Like, I ain't even gonna be excited. This is what y'all get.
yeah, and I was like, that's so raw, that's so authentic. I also like, you did one where like you made a mistake. I think you like almost choked on your spit or something when you were doing one. And I was like, that's so fun. Like, you're posting any and everything, which is super fun because people can feel like they can trust you, know who you are. Like, you're doing a really great job marketing yourself. But like, do you get tired? Like, because I get tired. I'll be like, this man has been the first thing on my feed every day. Like, what are you doing? Like, do you pre-make your stuff, or is it like you're sitting there like, I have an idea and you do it right then? Like,
so what I do is so one thing, Instagram does have this thing where you can actually schedule your post out. You can do that. I've used that a couple of times. Then you can also, like, what I do, I never go into the app and type my caption. I never do that. I go in notes, I type my caption for every platform. I say this, I label it Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, whatever. And then I just post it to those different platforms.
okay, there's a strategy. You like, there's a method.
Oh, yeah. It's
Okay.
definitely a strategy. And it's a lot to it, but it's worth it, though.
I love that.
Especially when that YouTube revenue be coming in. Like, I'm telling, if y'all not on YouTube, get on YouTube, yo. Like are you on YouTube?
I'm on YouTube,
You on
but like,
YouTube,
are you
okay.
utilizing more of like the shorts?
Shorts is where it's at.
Okay.
I'm telling you. Make sure, of course, I try to post as many regular videos as possible, but I try to post shorts daily. Shorts is where the money at. I'm telling you. Because, like, shorts is kind of like TikTok, right?
Right.
Like, you may have, like, 200 TikTok followers, but you can get 15,000 views on a video. You know what I'm saying? That because it's just showing up on people's feed. YouTube Shorts is literally just like TikTok. Maybe even better than TikTok, honestly.
I've only posted maybe like 2 or 3 YouTube Shorts, and I did see, like, their algorithm is really nice.
It's
like, you
crazy.
do have really nice reach on there, and without even trying. Like, without even utilizing a lot of hashtags. You can't really put a lot as the caption either on there.
It's like a sentence, man.
Yeah, it's like a sentence.
Couple of I think 100 characters you get, so.
Yeah, I mean, I'll try.
Yeah.
I'm not feeling it. I'm really not feeling it. I just will sometimes feel like I don't want to keep posting things that don't have, like, not to say like all of my posts don't have like value or something, but I always like kind of giving like that space for people to appreciate the work I've done already, and then like leave them wanting more. I don't want to just like throw a bunch of stuff down folks' throats and then they're tired of me, or they're like, oh, here she is again, or like I'm getting tired of her. I like people to be like,
Is that shade,
I wonder.
Lauren? Is that shade?
No, that's just like my thought process. OMG, I just literally
I'm
hyped
just
you up.
playing.
I know all of your work. Like, what else do you want from me?
I'm just messing with you.
But no, I'm saying for like myself.
Yeah.
My thought process for my content, I'm always like, I'm gonna do like maybe 2 or 3 posts a week and give people an opportunity to like get through their work week. Oh yeah, I did see she posted, let me go and check it, and then leave people an opportunity to like give me some feedback as I'm still growing. You seem like you have like your brand figured out. I'm still like developing. So it's like,
what do you want it to be?
I don't know. I'm on a journey. I'm like taking different things that I learned from every job, like, or freelance opportunity that I'm given, and take bits and pieces. I'm trying to be like a sponge, and I go, I like that, or I don't like that. Like, I know for myself, that's why I think I admire that you post every day, because I cannot do that. I'm going to be burnt out. I'm going to get tired of myself. Like, literally, I'm going to be like, I'm tired of seeing my face doing this every day. Like, I like a little bit of a break. That's just me. So that's why I'm like, still trying to figure out, as far as my brand goes, like, how much I want to consume. Like, I know with my brand, instead of doing a little bit of everything, I have a blog because I like writing. I have services because I like giving back. And then I also do text message, like once a month affirmations. That is not going to burn me out. I can remember to do a text once a month and people are looking forward to it, like to that next post versus like, oh, I'm expecting it. Like I don't have to really like check on her because I'm already knowing like there's going to be something. But that's the brand I'm trying to build for myself. I want people to like, I like a little mystery, you know?
Yeah. Okay, mysterious. I like that.
Yeah, a little mystery, you know?
They're not expecting it. It just kind of comes. Okay.
Yeah, give them something to like look forward to. That's like what I'm trying to do with my brand. Just because I have experienced burnout. And so I know I don't want to get back to that space anymore. It took a minute for me to even rebrand my podcast or even get back to making consistent content with that because I was so tired, you know. So that's why I'm like, I admire you or even like Tania or Tani, like y'all is giving content creators. Yeah, like y'all post like all the time. And I'm always like, how do y'all do it? Like, wow.
yeah. Nah, them my girls right there.
I love them. Yes. Like, if y'all are listening, hey.
What's good?
Miss y'all.
Yeah, so, okay, and then you talked about your podcast, too. So what's your podcast about?
It's the same thing. Look, it's my whole company is Blooming and Buzzing. It used to be a podcast, but I've now, like, rebranded and, like, made it a little bit more of, like, a conglomerate. But basically self-care tips. Like, I know one of my favorite episodes that I did was with Miss Kalina Bovell. She's the first and only African-American conductor in the United States. I had her as a guest. Yes. And well, in 2020. I'm sure there's probably more now. But when I had her as a guest during the pandemic, I have a lot of music major friends, and they were like, I'm so discouraged because I can't perform. Like, I can't do the things that I like to do. People aren't coming out to concerts or performances much anymore because, you know, how am I supposed to sing and I'm wearing a mask? A singer's mask, you can't really hear me sing, you know, so like, what am I supposed to do?
And it's hard talking in that mask.
You know, so imagine trying to sing and it's hot and you're wearing makeup and ugh. So, like, I asked her to give them advice, and it was a really raw, authentic conversation. She got, like, really empathetic to the situation, was giving advice. It was really nice. Or like one of my recent, that was like Under Sugar Honey Iced Tea with Lori B. That was what it was before. Now it's called Blooming and Buzzing. And I guess one of my episodes that was more interactive, and it was just me instead of having a guest. Because sometimes that can get stressful, like trying to make sure you have a guest booked. Like you can also just listen to me. Like I'm the star, not. But
okay, star. We see you.
Yes, but no, it was this one talking about mirror magic. I had done a lot of research on how you receive more of what you're physically telling yourself as far as an affirmation if you're looking yourself in the eye. And that's what mirror magic basically is that you're going to look in the mirror when you get up and tell yourself, like, I look beautiful today. But if you're looking yourself, like, in the face, you just believe it more versus, like, going about your day and telling yourself to cheer you up. Like, if you actually look at yourself, you better receive it. So I was writing about it, and then I also did an episode where at the end I was like, and now we're going to practice. Go to the mirror with me, and let's do it.
I like that.
And like, yes,
that's different.
It was really fun. It was actually one of my most, I guess, like, viewed or listened episode from my rebrand. Those are the kind of episodes I want to do, is like teaching the Black and brown community ways that we can feed ourselves when the outside world doesn't do it for us.
That's powerful.
Thank you.
I like that. Yeah, that's a good podcast for sure. How many episodes in are you?
I guess I should have known logistics like that, huh? You can look online and see how many episodes I am in, but I know I'm in my 3rd season, and it's it's been really good. I have over 1.1K listeners consistently on Spotify, so that's been really cool.
I love that.
Yes, like I'm
like
making
that.
money. Like I'm like, when did that happen? I ended up looking and I was like, when did I get there? Like I'm really excited. I'm thinking for my next season, I'm gonna probably try to do things a little bit differently, maybe having guests like once a week and then the rest of the episodes are just me. Because again, like booking, you know, people's schedules, you don't want other folks' schedules to hold you up on your content creation. So I'm thinking of maybe doing mainly me now, like, because I was so like guest heavy in my first 2 seasons, like just making sure every episode had a person that I'm like getting away from like me. I also have some knowledge, you know? So this next season, I think is going to be more getting raw with me. Especially now in the space that I'm in, I'm learning more and more about myself. I was in a relationship, I think the first 2 seasons. Like now, this is single Lori. Like this is hot girl Lori. So the content is about to be really fun. I feel like it's going to be really great, especially for folks who are young adults. Because now I feel like I can really speak towards what we're going through. Because at first, I thought I was about to get married to this man. I had my job already lined up. You know, my whole
you
life.
Was ready.
You know, like my life had a whole different like trajectory. Now I'm like, I'm doing things a little different, and it's so fun. It's something new every day. So I've got a lot of stories to tell, lots of tea, so tune in.
Okay, because, we want to hear that tea. You know,
I know you do.
Tyrik. I like that. Tyrik. I'm going to use that.
Let's go. We're going to get another t-shirt.
Yeah,
I want my 5% commission.
See, you a businesswoman. I like that. Matter of fact, I was telling somebody the other day, I was like, since I shouted you out on my thing, he pointed at himself. I was like, since I shouted you out on my thing, I was like, I get 50% of everything from that.
Do you? I don't remember us handshaking on that.
What'd you say? No, I'm talking about him.
Oh, okay. I was going to say.
But yeah, since you coming on this podcast, I feel like, I should you monetize now. I need to be getting 50% of them proceeds.
Wait, okay, so I thought we were talking about him.
Yeah, like, I'm talking about you now. Nah, I'm just messing with you. But that's what's up. So that's good that you heavy in the podcasting space. You got over 1,000 listeners on Spotify. That's huge. I love that.
Thank you.
Maybe you can teach me some things about podcasting because I'm just now getting into it. I know, but I ain't really like, I'm mainly on YouTube, but I ain't really, I don't know what I'm doing on Spotify. I don't know what I'm doing on Apple Podcasts.
You'll be fine. Literally take the video content that you're doing and pull the audio and then just post it on there.
So so how did you like get the downloads?
What do you mean?
Like, okay, so it just kind of, so you put it, so it's on Spotify, right? Do people download the podcast to like consistently listen to it, or they just constantly click, or did you just do like an average number of people like out of all your episodes who have listened, or how did you calculate that number?
Well, it's a little bit of all three for sure. You can look and see how many people have clicked it. You can look and see how many people have listened to it over and over and over. They have all of the like breakdown of the charts on the app for you to see like how your stuff is doing. But my typical rhythm with posting, I literally post my episode, but I always do like a kind of post, like stay tuned, look out for this, then I'll post it, then I'm like, I'll do a recap, I market it so that people are like physically listening to the episodes, and then I'll always go back and like repost all of my like flyers I've made for all of my episodes, even when I've made a current drop, so people can see like, oh, there's more that I can listen to. I don't know. I'm still figuring out like my, I guess, strategy, but for your podcast, you're doing a great job already. I've seen like all the different episodes you've been posting from the people you interviewed at NABJ. And those all look nice. The flyers you're creating look nice. Using all the hashtags, like you're doing the right stuff. I think it would be cool to hear more of just you, like guest heavy episodes. I don't think that's completely necessary for every drop. Now that you've just launched it, yes. But at some point, I think people like to hear from like just you.
Yeah, because actually it's fun. Yeah, I actually did a couple episodes yesterday with just me, just talking about some stuff. But yeah, because like the way, my opinion, like when I first started, I was like, okay, I need to be real guest heavy at first. That way I can like, I don't want to say like steal their audience, but like, get theirs people, like their fans on my, like get their eyes on my stuff. You know what I'm saying? Sure. Yeah, because like the more guests you have, the reels, the more collaborations and stuff, and you get, the followers and all that stuff come in. So that's just the way I was thinking about it. But like now, of course, single, solo episodes and stuff, that
we want to see you. Like, guests are great, and I think that's really fun for like a season, or again, like I think like pops of it, but we want to know who you are. Like, why do I care that you're interviewing this person? Like, I obviously know the person you're interviewing has some value, but like, why do you have value? So we want to hear more from you.
I like that. Okay. See, we both learning stuff on this.
Oh, I'm having fun. Yeah. I've been looking forward to this. Like,
I know, right?
Y'all, this studio's so nice. Like, I wish y'all could see all of it. His face is everywhere. I was like, it's Tyrik. Like, I can't wait for, to see you just like blow up. And I know you just got, I think, I don't know if did you post about your new position that you have already?
Yeah, I already posted.
Okay, good. Didn't want to do too much. But congratulations on
Thank
that
you.
too.
I appreciate
You're doing
it.
such great things. Like, I love to see my friends win.
Thank you. Same here.
Win.
Hey, y'all know what's up. Tyrik Wynn Collection. Link in bio. Click that. Yeah. Okay.
Period.
Oh yeah, gotta put them plugs in there. So we was talking about we hit on NABJ a little bit.
Yes.
So for those of y'all who don't know, we actually met at the NABJ multimedia short course last year in March. That was interesting, yo. That was an interesting time.
It
for sure.
was intense.
It was crazy.
Like very, very intense for I feel like no reason. But I will say, I didn't know if me and you were gonna click. I'm the president of it. Like, he was flexing really, really hard, like, because we had to introduce ourselves. And he started, well, first of all, I think, were you like the last person to go? Or were you in the middle? I don't know, but.
I think I was last or somewhere towards last. No, I don't think I was.
You were in a good space to just get a lot of attention because I know everybody else introduced, like, oh, I'm just a third year, da, da, da. You were like, I'm this, I'm that, I'm this, I'm that.
It was like, introduce yourself and tell what you do, and I just did what they asked me to do.
The resume, he plastered the resume in his introduction, and after that, that's the key, y'all. Like, if you're gonna get the spotlight on you for just a second, you better take that opportunity because that's really what he did, and everybody was eating him up after that, like, oh, I need to meet the president, and then like I saw the head nods, like, like everybody was eating him. I was like, who is this man who just threw his whole resume out like that? Like, no one asked you to do that. Like, I was actually, I don't want to say I was a hater because I wasn't. I just like, I wonder if that's who he is. And now I see, like, no, like, you're very, very funny. You just like did what needed to be done. Because I know during the short course, they had like a competition to basically, or like an audition rather, to see who was gonna be put in certain positions to run an actual newscast. And folks were vying for that main anchor spot, and guess who got it? Like, I had too much fun at that short course. It was super fun to see everybody's like strengths, weaknesses. They were testing us on all kinds of things. We had like daily news quizzes every day. And when I tell y'all, we got cut up. Like, if we got more than maybe like 3 questions wrong, they were like, how can y'all call yourselves journalists? Yeah. Like, when I was back in the day, I'm just like, oh, I didn't know I was going to get that kind of mentorship, that type of redirection. Like, but I understood that it was coming from a place of care because being in the National Association of Black Journalists, it's an opportunity for you to be with people who look just like you. The news space is not built to just like openly accept us. So it was like, I felt like my mom and my dad were teaching me how to get it right. Like, they were putting us on a lot of game, and it was really cool to be there and get really a family out of it because me and you, we've been locked in. I love all of y'all. Like, so like, y'all don't even understand. Like, I appreciated being in a room with people who are doing what I want to do. Yeah,
exactly. And I really loved it because it was just like almost a whole lot of them people I still talk to and have a good relationship with. Like, it was a family dynamic at the short course.
It was.
I loved it.
We were all locked in, and I didn't expect us to click like that. Like, all of us coming from different places, different levels. Like, I didn't realize some of us were different ages. Like, I was like, oh, you're 30 something.
I know, right? I was like, wait, what?
I was like, hey, yo. Like, that was so fun. That was an experience that I needed. And the short course we had like a award ceremony at the end as well. And I loved my award. I started crying.
Oh yeah, you got one of the top.
I got one.
What was that, like the best all around journalist or something like that?
Yeah, I got the Ted Holtzclaw Award of Excellence, and it's so funny because one of my internships, he was actually at WMAR in Baltimore before he passed away. That's where he worked predominantly, and like they say, he was such a hard worker, very dedicated to like he would stay long hours. Like, it felt good. I was like, that's me. Like, I embodied that award, and like for them to see me. Because I wanted a reporter position during that audition. Like, I could have sworn I aced my anchor audition, and like they said I did, but I think they had a vision. You feel me? Like, it's okay. But I wanted to report. I didn't even get a reporter position. They put me as a producer. I think I was, they put me as a producer with Lucy, who was our EP.
Shout out to Lucy.
Shout out to Lucy. And I was like, just doing a little bit of everything. I was producing. I was trying to make sure I was maintaining my reporters because that stuff was dramatic. Like, there was so much going on. Like, some of the reporters were like, my camera's not working, or they're yelling at me. Like, I got to see like a simulation of what a newsroom would be like before I got in. And it was so much going on. And I felt like I navigated it pretty well. And so for them to give me that award, I was like, y'all saw me and I was behind the scenes. Because I always, kind of struggled with the idea of whether I should be like in front of the camera or behind it.
Yeah.
So for me
You
to
definitely ate for sure. You ate that.
Thank you. I felt like I was just trying to make sure everybody was good because I was like, at the end of the day, we need to get this newscast out because I know they're gonna cut us up if it's not complete.
Yeah.
You know, and we had like a reputation to uphold because I didn't even know anything about the short course when I entered it. And so when I think it was like was it the 30th year or something?
Yeah, the 30th.
Yeah, and to see the video recording compilation that they made of all the other folks who had done it before us, it was like an honor. I felt like, wow, like I'm a part of something bigger than me. That's how I felt.
Wow, I like that. That's good because I would say the short course was, I feel like one of those opportunities that every journalist should go through.
I really for sure.
I think everybody should have to go through the short course for sure.
It was intense, y'all.
Yeah, and it teaches you so much, and just like you said, it literally teaches you exactly how a newsroom is ran.
Yes.
We had a whole pitch meeting. We had a whole pitch meeting.
And they weren't nice about it. Like, that's what I think.
Yeah.
That's what I'm trying to say. Like, intense.
Stern.
It wasn't like, you know, oh, come on in, we're going to play
No,
news.
it wasn't none of that.
Like, they were, like, folks were crying. Like, that's how deep it got. Like, and then they're like, you're the producer. That's your reporter. Go take care of your...
Tears. At least
I did. Yeah, you being an anchor, like, look, like I'm telling you, like the way the newsroom was set up, I literally was like the underdogs, like the people who are putting in all this work to get all of it together. It made you appreciate every aspect of the newsroom. And like, there was so much going on behind the scenes that like y'all didn't see. Like, folks were crying, folks' mentors were getting in arguments with their mentee. Like, and I'm just sitting here like, okay,
I ain't seen none of that.
Bad. Like, I'm like, okay, it's okay. Like, did you still get the story or do we need to pivot? You know, like I'm using my like psychology trying to make it like, I do care about you, but like the job has to get done, you know, and that's what they do in the newsroom too. Like, let's say I went out on a story, you know, do you take some time if you need it, but like, did you submit that? Like, does that need to just be an article then? Did we get any B-roll? Like, they're going to do that in the newsroom too. Like, they do care about you, but they don't. Like, the money still kind of has to, you know what I'm saying? Yeah. That's how they treated us, which is understandable. But imagine, we're young. Like, that was a lot. I was like, this is what y'all have to do every day? Crazy.
It's crazy, yo.
Crazy.
Yeah. Wow. Yeah, I love the short course. Like I said, every journalist needs to go through the short course. If you have an opportunity, you a student, you get involved with NABJ, go through the short course, yo. You're gonna learn a whole lot. It's gonna be it's gonna add a lot of value to you. And you know, I think we should be short course mentors.
I would love to. I want to get involved. I told you, like, if you go out for president with NABJ, like, I'm in there. Okay, like, swimwear. Like, I'll be your secretary. Like, put me in the campaign. Like, I love NABJ. Same. Like, I feel like there's so much to offer, and especially with a young voice, I think they could utilize some more young voices as well. Because there are a lot of like old heads in there, but Ken is in there now.
Shout out to Ken.
Ken was there. We met him at the short course, and now he's the president. Like, I have the direct cell phone number.
Yeah, that's what's up.
NABJ's president. Like, I was like, whoa. And we met Dorothy there too, right? Dorothy came to the short course as well. So I was like, wow, like they just embraced us. Yeah. And that was really cool. That's why I think everyone should do it. Because it submerges you into the organization. It helps give you a little insight into what you would be signing up for. Because they literally said, like, if you can't get through this, you can't get through news. Like, just wrap it up. I was like, whoa, like, why are they? I didn't even know what they meant until the end of it. I was like, I understand.
Yeah. And then at the beginning, they was like, by the end of this, you're going to know if you want to be a journalist or not. And we knew.
And then it was so... you were exposed. Like, it wasn't like you had these moments by yourself. We all got to see who was cracking and falling. Like, I would be like, I didn't know who was going to make it by the end of it. And then there was just so much drama, too. We really should have had a show. Or like,
it should have been a reality show.
Like, it really could have been it was so much going on.
Yeah, it was crazy, yo. And then, like, with the exposing thing, like, with that newscast, it was crazy because after we had finished taping the show, we had went back in the classroom, and then next thing I know, they playing the news. Well, I was like, whoa, I didn't know we was going to, like, be playing it on TV for everybody to see. I mean, I wasn't, like, embarrassed by it, but, I mean, I had, like, a stumble or two in there, but I wasn't proud of. But it was like, wow, like, everybody about to see this, you know? So.
I mean, because that's a big deal, too. Anchors, like, to be at the anchor desk, you have to be the face. Like, not everybody can do that either. So I think everybody was placed where they were supposed to. They did a really great job simulating that because I think it played to everybody's strengths. And I'm very proud of that newscast. Like, it looked good. We had some really cool stories. Like, I know North Carolina A&T, they have these robots. That was one of our stories that deliver on campus.
Oh, yeah, the food.
That was, yes, I was like, that's a really nice story. Like, I was like, we're actually doing our thing.
I know,
Very talented journalists that I met. And again, like, I'm really glad that I connected with y'all because we all still talk. And you need that in this industry for sure. This can be like a thankless industry.
Yeah, for sure. And I like how we all, or like most of us, went to the convention last year in Vegas. We had a blast. What Vegas was everything.
Vegas was everything.
We was lit, yo.
Yes, I actually have a vlog of our entire experience at the Vegas convention on my YouTube. So it's Lauryn Bass. Look it up for those who want to see like what it's like, because it's gonna be in Chicago next year.
Chi-town.
Yes, that's gonna be very exciting. And then it was cool to see y'all again in Alabama. I was like,
I know,
like a family reunion. Like we're all locked in.
Yeah, it was. Yeah, it's gonna be great. Definitely. Vegas was a lot of fun. Birmingham was fun too. Chi-town. I ain't never been to Chi. I had a layover in Chi-town. Never been to Chi-town, so I'm excited to see what they city look like.
Yeah, we're gonna have some
going
fun. Because I know folks felt a way about Birmingham. They were like, "Oh, there's something to do," even though there was a lot to do.
Yeah, there was. Birmingham was actually fun.
Yeah,
like, I think
Birmingham
people was
was
doing like people would sleep on Birmingham, and I'm like, first of all, I wasn't complaining because Birmingham was close. It was driving distance. We had to fly to Birmingham. We drove, right? And it was a nice town, like, and we was in a nice area, yo.
It was really cute. I was like, "What are y'all tripping on? Like, this is." I'm so glad I came. Like, what? We had a great time. And NABJ, it's really fun. It's not all just work. When you come to the convention, there are definitely panels, and it's a great opportunity for you to learn some things. But we have fun. Open bars everywhere. Come on now.
And NABJ drinks.
What? Like they have after parties. I know the Vegas one. They bring celebrities in. Yeah. Too fun.
Yeah. Hey, listen, if you a journalist, you ain't been at NABJ, you missing out.
Literally, what are you doing?
Exactly. Chi-town, I want to say it's like starts July 30th, July 31st, or somewhere around that time. It's like that first week of August or somewhere. But yeah, pull up to NABJ for sure.
Yeah, because you're going to see me.
That's what's up. Oh yeah, NABJ. Do you think NABJ is a fashion show? I do.
I feel like, yeah, it definitely can be. Everybody's popping out and they're like suited. They suited and booted. But I mean, like you get like pictures, headshots, there's backdrops everywhere. Like it's definitely an opportunity for you to get some content, some pictures. I don't know. I'm still trying to figure out how I feel about that because I feel like NABJ could do really great having more of like some entertainment journalists in there. Just so people who go to NABJ, they don't assume that they are just having to have news as an outlet. I know they brought in like Blavity and some other I think news entities, but I think Spotify was at one. Like they did bring in some other companies, but it would be cool for them to maybe have some more entertainment opportunities because I pulled up to Alabama with a red wig. Like I felt very almost out of place.
Did you see TMZ though? TMZ was there.
Right. Okay. And I'm just like, they need some more, representation of all forms of media because as much as it's a fashion show, you'll see folks looking like they're all anchors to me. Like everybody's in a nice dress or suit. With my red wig when I was there, I was like, like I got so many looks. I was like,
really?
Yes.
I'm going to talk about that. I know we do got to close out, but I do want to hit on that briefly. So you had your red wig on, which I didn't. I mean, I remember I didn't really think nothing of it because I know that's just you and that's like what you do. I mean, it looked nice to me. So you said, how did you feel when you were getting these looks at NABJ and people was looking at you awkward or like people was kind of like turning their nose up at you or like what kind of looks?
Like it was like some people were a little like I guess like maybe it was unsettling to see somebody come in there the way that I came in there. Like I got to see some folks from my old station as well, and they were like, because I was like Ariel red, like ketchup red, you know what I'm saying? Like that's
Little Mermaid.
That's not gonna be on a news desk. So I felt like because my history and my resume so far is full of news opportunities, it was really interesting for, I guess, people who were receiving me in that way. They're now like, whoa, like she's made a complete pivot. Like she looks totally different than the last time I saw her on TV. Like you could clearly see I done went to entertainment. Like it was two different looks. And It made me feel a little small. Some of the looks I got from like old coworkers that were looking at me like, because I don't know if you knew, but like some of the difficulty I was having at WTKR is them feeling like they couldn't. They were like, you like entertainment, you like lifestyle, you're not gonna do news. And so I don't know if it felt like it was like an aha moment for some of them, like, see, like I knew it. I was like, But hey, my wig looked good.
Say that. I like
looked
that.
good, okay? And like we had a really great event. We got to honor you there. I actually put your name in the pot for that because I was like, you gotta have my friend in there. Like,
First of all, let me brag on y'all right quick. Let me tell y'all what Media Girls did, right? Media Girls had this amazing event in Birmingham, they had like a little men in media thing. Then y'all had things so they had 2 panels. They had one for the girls, they had one for the men. And when you walk in there, they literally rolled out the red carpet for you. Literally, I think y'all had a pink carpet, right? Y'all had a pink carpet. They had a pink carpet with the rope and sanctions. Had a step and repeat. And then when you walk up to the stage, they got a whole poster with your face on it. I was like, what? I was like, ain't nobody never done this for me at an event. So I was like, anything Media Girls need from me, I'm there.
I'm so glad because literally, like, there was so much work putting that together, and then we had like promo the day of the event. We went to the local radio station and we interviewed with
that was on the news too. Yeah,
yes, it was on the news.
Yeah,
like we were doing a lot to promote like the event, and then we went to a Wells Fargo event and we were like shopping it around. Like it was a lot of, I got to really see like PR and event planning, and it's so fun. It's a lot, and it's very also intense. Like you have to be ready for high stressful situations to work in PR because anything can change. And it was fun. I'm so glad you enjoyed it because we put a lot of hard work, thought,
I had a great time.
And it was so fun. And I got to see all my friends get like represented. Like I did not know that Tania held that title in Alabama.
Oh yeah, that's her title. Yeah, only black meteorologist, black female meteorologist.
I was like,
yeah,
my friends are doing great things. Like that's why I nominated you for that too, because I'm like, we're doing some really great things. The younger journalists, because they had all ages that were being awarded that night. But I really appreciate you for stopping by and supporting us, and like that event was cool. I would love to see myself doing some more event planning in the future. So also keep up with me with that. So.
Yeah. Love everything y'all are doing, right?
Thank
I
you.
think it's a great organization. Y'all are killing it, and the events that y'all be at and be helping out with, I'll be like, dang,
The
they got it going on.
connections, Media Girls connections,
It's crazy.
Yeah, like because I've done some other organizations like Girl Wonder, Black Girls in Media, Women in Radio. Like there are a lot of great, Girl Mob. Like there are so many great opportunities for entertainment or for just like a community of media girls. But Media Girls Network, Jaleesa, shout out to Jaleesa. Yeah, like she's got some great connections.
Okay.
Like Def Jam recordings. I don't even want to name drop. Just do your research.
Yeah, for sure. And then look on y'all Instagram because y'all be posting. So like everything be on. I be like, dang, because y'all was at BET Hip Hop the other night. That looked fun. That looked nice.
Spotify, Pandora, Sirius XM. Like she's got a lot of good connections, but she also does PR as well. So I'm sure that like that ties into it. Like having multiple streams of income, multiple avenues, being multimedia, being multifaceted, it's really the name of the game for sure. And I really hope that people take that away, is like, do everything that you want to do, put your hands in everything and figure out who you are, figure out how to utilize all your skills. You don't have to be put in a box at all.
Yeah, and nothing I admire more than somebody creating their own thing in this space, killing it, and I know she making plenty of money. So, killing it. Hey, do your thing, man.
Okay.
That's what's up. Well, I appreciate you so much for coming on the show. This is a great conversation. I enjoyed this.
I had fun. Like, thank you so much for having me. Like, I always wanted to see, like, what it would be like to be, you know, on the other side of the mic, like not the one that's doing too much of the interviewing. But I still ask you questions because I wanted to know a little bit about him as well.
I mean, that's what we do as journalists. We always we got to flip the script sometimes. You know, that's
just a little bit.
Yeah, I like that. That's what's up. So tell everybody where they can follow you again, YouTube channel, shout all your stuff out.
Okay. Well, thank y'all so much for enjoying me. And I know I have that gift of gab, so, you know, like, I hope y'all enjoyed listening to me. My name is Lauryn Bass, but I go by Lori B. I'm a multimedia journalist, freelance work services, PR, the whole nine, whatever you need. I really can do it. Graphic design, everything. You can find me at It's Lauryn Bass on Instagram. Blooming and Buzzing is my other company as well. You can reach me there. And all of my platform, it's Lauryn Bass, ITSLAURYN, B as in boy, ASS.
Love it. All right. Make sure y'all go support my friend over here, Lauryn Bass. And hey, listen, it's only up from here.
It is. I'm excited for us.
Right here. Yeah. I mean, it's going to be great. Big things coming your way. I see it in the future.
Thank you.
I'm going to be looking out for it.
Thank you.
I'm going to have to check that YouTube stuff out, too, because I got to see this tea that you was talking about earlier.
We can look, when the cameras are off, I got you.
Yeah, so that's what's up. But like I said, appreciate you so much for coming on. Going to see you at NABJ.
For sure.
That's going to be lit, you know. And shout out to BIN, because Black Information Network, iHeartRadio is sponsoring. So make sure y'all pull up. You know, it's going to be an amazing event. NABJ Chi-Town 2024. We're going to be lit up in that thing. If you're not part of NABJ, join NABJ. Matter of fact, NABJ need to be sponsoring all these shout outs I've been giving them. They need to,
I've been shouting out almost everything on my resume. I'm know that there's love, okay?
Yeah, for sure, man.
Yeah.
And we got the president number now, so I can be like, look, y'all need to sponsor this podcast. And he was on the podcast. We gonna make that happen.
That strategy, yeah.
For sure. Well, guys, appreciate y'all so much for tuning in to this episode of NABJ Journalism Podcast. It's been your boy, Tyrik Wynn. Make sure y'all go connect with me on social media. Tyrik Wynn, the iHeartRadio on Instagram, Tyrik Wynn TV on Twitter, and Tyrik Wynn iHeartRadio on Facebook. And make sure you go get your merch, man. Listen, the merch is where it's at. I got the I Am a Winner shirt on, Tyrik Wynn collection.
And look, it's signed, y'all.
Oh, I mean, you know, got a little autograph down there.
Yeah.
Listen, you got to put that little special Tyrik Wynn flair on it, Tyrik Wynn touch on it. Click the link in my Instagram bio. It'll take you to the clothing line. There's plenty of stuff on there. We got NJP merch. We got podcaster merch. If you're a podcast, we got merch on there for that. Got some Tyrik Wynn shoes you can check out, bags, hats, all that good stuff.
He's got books too, y'all. Like, he literally does it all love.
I appreciate that. Yeah, so, well, guys, like I said, thank y'all so much for watching. Catch y'all next time on another episode.